Hello, welcome, Marlene here. Today I'm working on a 3D Christmas tree cake and I'm collaborating with my dear friend Daniela. She made a 3D Christmas tree cookie. I'll have the link to her video at the end of this one, or you'll find it in the description box. Now on to my step-by-step tutorial. I'm working on assorted decorations for my little tree. Here I've got some white cookie dough and I'm cutting some candy canes. I'm using the plastic wrap for two reasons: to get it rounded, and also because they're so small they constantly get stuck in the cutter, and this way they just stay obviously on the other side of the plastic wrap, and it saves that hassle of having to pick them out every time. I'm going to make several of these. So don't touch them until they're frozen so that you don't mess them up. And you're better to cut these at room temperature, because if the dough is hard, you're not going to get a nice rounded edge that you want for the candy canes. Once you're done, you can remove the excess dough and roll again, because if you want to have plenty, just use up all your dough so that you have more than enough of these to trim your little tree. Now I'm working on the top of the tree. I've rolled out my dough with the thick guides. I want the star to be puffed out. And I'm doing a two-sided star. And there. I'm going to glue it together back to back once they're baked. Here I have a bow mold, and I'm just going to press in some red dough in that to decorate our tree. I love bows on a tree. And just like that, I'm making a bunch of red bows, and we'll use those to trim our tree. They're about the same size as the candy canes as far as proportion. That's what you want to try to do, is get stuff that like works, you know. You don't want to have one super big thing and then a really little thing. So think about your proportions. Here are my little candy canes. This is white cookie dough that I cut and baked, and I'm just adding a bit of embellishment to these. They're a little bit boring without it. It's a little bit finicky, but not too bad. There. And now we'll be able to let these dry and use them to decorate our cake. Here is the cake. I find it a tad short, so I'm thinking I'm going to slice it to fill the center and make it slightly taller. I think that might help my height issue. I'm working on a cake board so I can easily pick up my cake. There. And I'm just going to add a bit of filling to just make my cake slightly taller. I find it's a bit short. There we go. I haven't doubled it in height, but I certainly improved my situation. Here is the cake ready to go. I've got some green buttercream. You can use almost any tip, a star tip that you would just pull out, a ruffle tip, ruffle all the way to the top, whatever you want to do. Right now I've got a leaf tip in, and I'm just going to be pulling slightly at an angle like this some leaves, and I'm just going to be going all the way around the cake. Nothing terribly complicated. Now I'm just popping in a little toothpick here at the top for the star. We always see gingerbread house decorating parties, but why not a cake tree decorating party? You know, switch it up a little bit. Have a fun evening decorating a Christmas tree. Here I've got a star, and I've just put buttercream on either side. I've made two, and so there's my star for the top of the tree. You see, just like that, and the toothpick kind of helps sturdy it. And now the next thing is important to work. It's important to work while your buttercream is freshly applied. If you wait for your buttercream to crust, well, you're going to have some issues. I've made some cookie bows that I'm going to be pressing into the cake. I think I'm just going to go all the way around, leaving a bit of space in between, like that. And I also made some candy canes. So let's put a candy cane cookie in the middle of each bow. There. That's cute. Here, for this row, I'm going to put some of my little cupcakes that I made. I made some little cookie cupcakes. I'm going to put 5, I guess. Space that out, and now again with the bows. And the candy canes in between. And now I'm just going to fill in with some gold sixlets. And this is why it's important to work with fresh buttercream, or like everything's not going to smush nicely together. Things are going to crack and get messed up as opposed to kind of looking real. What a fun thing to do with your kids on Christmas Eve, to prepare for the Christmas table. They'll get such a kick out of this. And once you've made all the decorations, really it's kind of a headache-free activity. They get to eat all the extra little cookies, a few sixlets. Everybody gets to have lots of fun. You can make your little cookie decorations in advance and freeze them actually, so that you can pull out everything just before. And there's the tree. I think I might actually should I put a bit of a garland on there? I'm wondering. Or is less more? I think I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to over decorate it. But there it is. There is the Christmas tree. I hope you enjoyed my little cake tutorial, and if cake isn't your thing, then you'll love Han's 3D Cookie. You'll find the link to her project in the description box or on the backslide in a second. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads, and I'll see you next time.